Good morning. It's me again. My name is Saiful. I'm a Microsoft Office trainer. So you saw me earlier doing the opening speech for the program, but now it's my turn to show you and hopefully to amaze you what Microsoft Word can do. See, years of teaching Microsoft Office in me and my colleagues, I believe we have the same issue. See, most people, they misunderstood the application. They thought, oh, Word, Excel, PowerPoint is very easy to learn. You don't have to go for classes and that. No. But I noticed whenever they try to apply that based on their experience, their trial and error, usually these people, they face a lot of problems. Why? Because of one thing. What is that? They fail to plan. They fail to understand how the application works. They assume that they know, they try it out, they may take hours to do it. Well, actually, if you were to use the right method, just a few minutes to do. Okay, let me try and share my screen. Let me put my Microsoft Word. Okay. Now, I'm going to touch on TabStop and Word table. Why? Because TabStop is not something that people commonly use. Yeah. In fact, whenever I do training in Microsoft Word, these people do not even know what TabStop is and where to find the TabStop. Well, to show you a bit of history, where it is, number one, here. It's at the ruler at the side here. So this is where you can set up the TabStop. That's one. Or second, you can even do it from here. See, from the Home tab under Paragraph, there's a dialog box launcher. You can click that. See, down here tabs, this is where you can do your settings. And why do you need this? Why do you need to use the TabStop? Now, see, if you still remember, when you try to create your resume, try to find a job, right? Especially in this new norm, there's a lot of people may losing job. They try to find a new job. They need to recreate. Maybe some of us, they lost the old resume. They have to create a new one. So whenever they try to do something like this, they will always rely on the tab key. So what happens when you press the tab key? See, when you press the tab key, it will move maximum about half an inch. A maximum. Why I say max? Because sometimes it doesn't go that far. Yeah, because the setting is 0.5. So if I were to click here, if it is set to inch, now you can see it under here. Okay, so that's why whenever we try to do a tab, you're going to have a problem that looks like this. Then you want to align that, then you start to press colon again and again, and hoping that this doesn't move. So everything will be aligned and looks very nice. See, when I press this key, this icon, the show and hide, you're going to see this arrow. So if you notice, both looks quite similar. But you can, there's two arrows on this side, but only one arrow from the other side, from the other example. So why does that happen? Arrow indicates that you actually press tab twice on this one and one on this one. So how do we do that? How do we set the tab so that when we even press one time, it will go according to where we want it to be placed? I've seen people, even when they want to do a resume, they create a table. Then they will create a special column for that column. Now, you don't have to do that anymore. So I'm going to share with you the simplest and easiest way to do this. Right? So I'm going to switch this one off for a while. I'm going to set it here. I'm going to remove this, clear it, so that we can start fresh. So this is how you do it. Now, see this? This is left tab, looks like an L. The opposite of that, this is center. This is center tab. Means that when you press tab, right, at that particular line, it will be a line center. So I'm going to show that later on this side. Yeah. So this one is called right align tab. And when press that again, and this is going to be decimal. Okay? Now, to set that, let's say I would like to place a colon at this number 1. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to set it to left. But look, when I don't do that, when I type name and press tab, it goes up to here. That's 0.5. When I press tab again, then only it goes to 1. Then I put that colon, and then I press tab. Then I type Muhammad bin Abdul. Now, when I type address, when I press tab, oops, it doesn't go that far. But I have to press that again, then only it goes to where I want it to be. Then I type in the address. Oops. Just like that, for example. But if I want to keep on doing that, so I'm actually hoping that Excel's, have or being so kind to follow according to what I want. So by right, it shouldn't be like that. Excel, so Microsoft Word should follow what you want. You should instruct the application on how you want it to work. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I am going to place, for instance, I want it to be placed here. So I'm going to set it to left, and then I just go to this line right below the number, then click. So it means when I press tab, next time, you're going to straight away go to this spot. Then let's say I would like it to appear rather than at 1.5. Now I would like to extend it a little bit further. I go to number 2, like that. So see what happened when I type name and then press tab. Wow, it goes to number 1. I put that colon. Then see what happened when I press tab again. Ta-da! It goes straight to 2. So I start Muhammad bin Abdul. When I go to the next line, and then I type address, and I press tab, see, I type in the address. Now, see the difference and how it appears when I put the show height on. So when I type each, and I press tab, look at the arrow. Then I just put 43. So that is one way, or the quickest way on how you can set up your TabStop. However, I would like to show you another way on how you can set the TabStop even before you type in the content. That looks like this. Slightly a bit more complex. Yeah. So I'm going to switch this off for a while. Right? So I'm going to go here. Okay. So I'm going to select the started box. I go to tab. Now, these are the settings. I'm going to clear this first. Now, what we have to do, we have to plan where we want to place this. So assuming that I would like to put the name at number 1. So I'm going to type 1, like that. Then this is the alignment, whether it's left, center, right, decimal, or even bar. So I'm going to set it to 1. Then I would like to place the designation at 3. I'm going to type 3 and then select center. So when I press set, it sets another one. Then I would like to set the salary. But instead of at 5, I would like to change it to 5.5 now. I don't want to follow the first one. I'm going to create another one, like 5.5. But since I'm going to put in a value, a decimal value, so I'm going to set it to this one to decimal, like that, and press set. So once you have set all this, then you press OK. So if you notice that it follows the same exact location as what you type at the TabStop area. So when I do this, I press tab and I type name, and I press tab again and I type designation, and I press tab again, it goes to 5.5, goes to salary. When you go to the next line, I type Mike. Now, this is where you can see the effect of align center. So when I type manager, so if you notice, it is no longer align left, but now it is align right for that particular tab. So when I go to tab, I type 5400. So you don't see any difference there, right? But look, whenever I press decimal, see, whenever I type in any value, now it goes from left to right. If you don't see that, I'm going to repeat that again. See, before you type a number, so when you start typing a number, it goes from right to left. But once you press the decimal, it goes from left to right. Right? So I'm going to continue 5400.00, then go to the next line, and then I go to Chan as the assistant manager. Now you can see the effect much more clearer now. Manager. Then I type salary 2300.00. So now you can see that the decimals are perfectly aligned. So if I were to increase the salary of Chan, see what happened. So now the documents will look much more nicer, and now Microsoft Word will follow the way you want the results to be. So that is why it is very important for you to plan your work before start applying it. Understand the function. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one. Now, I know you have been using Microsoft Word table for quite some time, but I'm not sure whether you have done this before. So if you can see, there's no table there at all. Look, when I do this, and I do that, and select a table, and select convert text to table, and I go to other. See, sometimes when we download a data from a system, it comes with some unique characters. So that's why it is very important for you to really understand the data or the things that you have in hand before you work with it. So in this case, the separator for all this data is the dash. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select or type dash add other, and look what happened. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! So now you can see we have a table set up. All this while, I've seen my participant, this is what they do. They create a table, sometimes they even retype or even copy and paste. Just imagine the amount of time needed to do those kind of works. Now, next, if I would like to do some form of calculation, this is the part that not many people know that it can be done with Microsoft Word. You can do a calculation with a word table. You can't do it in PowerPoint still, but you can already do it in Microsoft Word table. All this while. So I'm going to add another row. I'm going to put a total here. I'm going to put grand total. And I am going to merge that like so. So now, where do I do the formalization? So I'm going to select a total. So this one, I need to multiply. So at the layout tab, under formula, you don't see sum. You don't use sum because sum is for addition. So I'm going to change sum with product. Product left. What does that mean? So Microsoft Word will try to find any cell that contains number on the left side of that particular cell until it finds another text. So when I press OK, see 5. Wow, 2.5 times 2 is 5. So how about the rest? You don't have the fill handle to drag down like Microsoft Excel. You have another trick for Microsoft Word. So this is what you need to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to select that. I'm going to copy. I'm going to drag it down like that. And then I am going to paste it. What? Everything turns to 5. Another trick that you have to learn. You have to learn on how to update. So you don't see any updates here, right? You don't see it here, right? But look. Oops. When I press F9, the function 9, that will appear. So how about grand total? Now, you have to add all the numbers right above the grand total. So I'm going to go back to formula, then I'm going to select sum above. I'm going to close my eye. Oh, there you go. 36.75. Done. Just like that. And then what happens when you change any of the values? Assuming instead of 2, now I'm going to change to 5. So instead of 1.2, now let's say we're going to change it to 1.8, 1 ringgit and 80 cents. So definitely all this needs to be recalculated. Like just now, what you need to have to do is to select and then press the magic key, which is the F9. There you go. Done. Just like that. And as easy as that. So please explore this part of Microsoft Word table. Not many people know that it can be done. Now, for the final part, have you seen something like this? Where you have a table and then you have a numberings that you have to place inside the table. For some, you might be using it for, how should I say? Minutes of meetings. Minutes of meetings. So let's say, how do I do that? Some people, what they do is they will type. They will ignore the numberings. They will type the numberings and they will spend three days to do it manually. Now, hoping that after this Carnival, all of you viewers will stop doing that. How long would that take? Now, let me see. Just a few minutes? Less than 5 minutes? Is that fast enough? Less than 5 minutes? No? 3 minutes? Let's try that. Ready? I'm going to select the whole set. But remember, you don't have anything at description. I'm not going to select that. I'm going to select on this side. Then I go to home, and I go to the multi-level list. Then I'm going to select this one. So as you can see that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 13 and 17 up to here. But you don't want to have 2 up to 12. On this side, you want it to be a sub of number 1. Look how fast we can do this. I'm going to select it like that. And done. 1.1, 1.2, 0.3, 0.4, and then it goes to this one. I'm going to select that and do that again. Wow. But assuming that this is the sub of 1.1, so it's supposed to be like 1.1.1. So I'm selecting that too. Then I'm going to increase in then again. What? That quick? Yes. That's how you do it. That's what you can do with a Microsoft Word table. This is the part that you have been missing to work with the application. See, sometimes people struggle because they don't know how the function works. So when you know the strength and weakness of certain function, it helps you and it allows you to collaborate with another function. Okay? So how to put everything aligned? Assuming that, okay, I want 1.1.1 to be right below 1.1. Now, this is the beauty of knowing how function works. See, when I click at this side, everything turns to gray. And when I click at this side, it turns to gray too. Means that this is one family. And it knows its own family. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to right-click at any of the family, adjust this indent, and you're going to see this. So assuming that you want that 1.1.1 to follow the location of 1.1. So what you need to do is you have to go to 1.1 and look at the value down here. Align at is 0.25, then text indent at is 0.55. Now, it is much better if you can increase this a little bit to 0.8 or 0.85. Then I go to here, then I change it to 0.25 and 0.85. So as you can see that number 2 and level 3 are having the same value. So when I press OK, ready? This is what's going to happen. Ta-da! Done. And that's it. That quick. Now, look what happened when I continue typing. You no longer need to worry about the alignment. If you need to put ABC, never mind, no problem. What you need to do is you select that and reselect your numberings and align it accordingly. Just like that, you can have a different set all together in one table, numberings in Microsoft Word table. Okay, now what else is there? Just a quick one. See, even though this is a very simple thing, but not many people knows. It seems that not many people knows about it. So I'm going to do is, I am going to select here. Oh, there's no numbering, so it's good. I'm going to increase. I'm going to put some text there. Let's say I'm going to put, by using that formula, I'm going to have 30 paragraphs. Assuming that this is a very long table. If I were to zoom out, wow, that's very long, yeah? But I would like to have the same title for all the different parts of the pages for this particular table. Because it's continuous thingy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this again. See how fast this can be done. Yeah. Oops. Okay, I'm going to start from this one. Right. To help you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a color here so that you can differentiate. Yeah. So I'm going to put yellow. There's no yellow here. Or even here. Are you ready? Select, place the insertion point at any of the cell. Here, here, or even there. You don't have to select. Then, what you need to do is, you go to layout. You can see repeat header rows. Just click that. Then smile. So when you scroll down, you'll see the title appearing at each and every one of those pages. Last one, before someone interrupt me. If I would like to change the format of this, I just need to go and change it. I can do whatever that I want the way I wish it to be. And when those changes have been done, all the other rows, all the other pages will follow accordingly. To that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done.
Hi, Saiful.
Hi, Suen.
How are you? Wow, it was a great. Sorry?
What's that?
I can hear you. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So
awesome sharing. It was awesome sharing, man. I really enjoyed your session.
I really hope that the viewers are watching and learning from some of the tricks I've shown, and even from all the other seafoods, and they are forward to go and learn further throughout the whole day.
Yes.
So what will you be doing today for us, Suen?
Today my topic will be on effective formatting. So this is where I will be sharing with users how to do formatting without doing them manually, so that any changes, the formatting will just pick up the colors for them.
Excel again.
Yes, Excel, correct.
You know,
So
throughout
yes.
our experiences doing training, I believe there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of classes, even like myself, almost 80% of all my classes in a year are Excel.
Yes, tell me about it. This is a
I believe
hot topic, hot application.
people will enjoy your session today, to end.
Yeah, thank you, Saiful.
So I leave it to you to end.
All right, thank you, Saiful. Right.